Scarface. In the 1920s, the United States was reeling under the impact of prohibition. The sale of whiskey, wine, and beer was prohibited by law, but there were many willing to break that law. Gangsters took over. Crime flourished. Mobs fought each other for prime territories. And blood flowed in the streets. From Hitman.
That was a fine job, Tony. Remember, that's only chicken feed. You stepped into big company.
To gang boss. This is the story of Scarface Tony Camonte, his lust for power, for fancy women.
Don't work too hard.
I just finish up tonight. Now I play a while.
His drive to be number one.
Next time I catch you in a place like that again, I'll kill you.
You're telling me what to do? What I'm doing, fellas, is my business.
Starring Paul Muni as Scarface. The crime scenes in this film are based on events that actually happened.
Don't you know it's Valentine's Day?
Produced by Howard Hughes. Directed by Howard Hawks. Scarface.
Hey, look at that monkey there! They think they're gonna get Tony Camonte, eh?
I want to introduce this show today. I also want to say that I do like black people. I also want to say that my voice isn't that low. I thought it was alright.
Is this like a Donald Trump type thing? Because how often does he have to say, I have friends that are Muslim, I have friends that are gay, I have black friends?
What's that old saying? Me thinks he protests too much. You're trying too hard, Salem.
I'm not trying too hard. Okay.
Truth has been unveiled.
Alright, you know what?
Our listeners have noticed.
We have to give this guy a shout out for being so perceptive.
Who is it?
Well...
Was it EGJ?
No.
Well, look it up, Mo. Just stare at us blankly. Like,
you know what?
You're an email guy.
We should keep this one anonymous because some good Samaritan has actually brought up a fact that he thinks that there may be a bit of hate.
I think our listeners would like to hear their names mentioned and to have a shout out.
I love black people. I love Eddie. You're black. I love Mo. He's Asian. I love all coloured people.
Oh, seriously, Mo, you got to bring up the email.
No, this is one of our long-time listeners, Usman.
Oh.
Yeah, he emailed about... He has a mailbag question about remakes. What films should never be remade and what films would we like to see remade.
Okay.
And then he had a PS. Salim was very quiet on the mic. He thinks it's a bit of a conspiracy. And PPS, or PSS. Salim is racist. No.
So that's Mo's the email guy, so if he does make any mistakes, give you guys a shout out. Direct your hate towards him purely.
You know what? Feel free to cuss him as much as you want. You know, I think Mo doesn't get cussed off enough on the show.
That's because I don't hate.
He goes under the radar quite a bit.
I don't hate. I love everyone, and I'm just that lovable kind of guy.
Well, today I wanted to say you did look at me today.
Thank you,
like you wanted to rape me, Mo. Today you did look at me like
that. Clock's saying that barely 2 minutes before the first schedule came in. So I'm on point as per usual. But yeah, thank you, Uzma, for giving us our first listener email. We need more of them. Guys, listening, don't be scared. Mo, where can they get in contact with us if they want to ask us questions? And we will get to your question about the remake of Scarface later on in the episode, but if people want to get in contact with us,
so if you want to email the mailbag, it's tatmpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. We shall be very interested to see what you people have to say. We haven't even introduced ourselves.
Well, friends, yes. Well, it's Silent here from Bolly Fools as usual.
It's still Bolly Fools.
But you know what? I'm so sick and tired of Bolly Fools. I'm so sick and tired of that show. Oh my god, I so want to give up my channel.
Are you sure? Because some of your listeners may actually be listening to this. You guys, want to be honest like that.
Alright, okay. Guys, listen. I love doing indie trailer reactions, but as it stands at the moment, just way too busy, just so busy, and that's what's stopping me from doing self,
taking showers,
just overall Indian trailers. I need some more. I need some
toast, drinking coffee. So busy, so much time it takes. Putting your feet up on the couch, just build up so much.
Hit me up on Bollyfools and on Twitter as well. Don't forget YouTube, and we will holler you back.
And I am Ederish Antonio from The First Take. Going through a few legal issues right now. With,
it's not just channel related though, is
Fox.
it?
Again, it doesn't take long before we get into the problem. Whatever. But yeah, Fox are taking me to task, but I shall win.
So wait, what did Fox do to you?
You're going up against Rupert Murdoch.
Fuck.
What did he do to you, Eddie? Tell us.
Because of that, what's that movie called?
Edel Mushkil.
Yeah.
So,
how many trailer reactions did there be for that one?
Loads.
I'm the one who gets the strike.
How do you know you're the only one? There probably loads of people got
There
strike.
could be, but you didn't.
No, I took mine off as soon as you told me.
So they went for me first. Gave a whole day before they bothered to go for it. It's not even fair. But yeah, they went for that because Fox are disputing that movie. And it's been disputed. I'll send my counter notification and we'll see what happens. 2 weeks. I spoke on it too much, man. But
So your thumbnails are going to look rubbish now.
no, they haven't blocked that.
Oh, no way!
No, they did before. I've had a strike before, and that did happen then. But for some reason this time that didn't happen. I can still put thumbnails on.
Okay.
Very cool.
And Mo?
So I guess I'm Mo from Anime Amateurs.
What?
Which is a show that I highly recommend that you two should absolutely watch. If you like anime, Salim and Eddie, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and watch your channel.
I've heard of this Anime Amateurs. I know that there's one ruggedly handsome
That's
center on
me.
that one. Okay, yeah. You should check it out.
Yes.
Anime Amateurs.
He's the fat one in the corner on the left.
Oh.
Well, actually, Mo doesn't really look like that in real life. He's not that fat. We're actually having this. I should shut up, right?
True
Okay.
colours.
You actually don't look that fat. I'm telling you,
It's too late. It's
But
too late.
still, no,
You've shown
he
yourself to be that bitchy girl with that Mean Girls crew that just says, "You put on a bit of weight today, Sheila." The ones who just can't have the tact. That's what you are.
That's what you said to me earlier on this week as well. That's what you did.
Is that what makes you feel better?
Yeah, yes.
By putting other people down.
Dragging people
Look at
down
that.
in order to elevate
What did I
yourself.
say? I said Mo doesn't really look that fat in real life.
After saying
Glory.
he's the fat one in the corner,
Yeah,
and
but
then
then
realizing,
no. Look, I
I'll
didn't
have you
even
know, I
correct it.
squeezed into a pair of 33s today, alright?
Okay.
Really?
What?
Let's just get into this. So yeah, we'll start straight out with Osman's question. He asked, well, what did he ask us?
So, he went on a bit of a rant about Scarface being remade.
Yeah, something that's been in development for a minute, but I know things have started to speed up now recently.
Yes, so he asked basically what movies should never be remade, and then asked us what movies we think should be remade. And I actually had to give this quite a lot of thought, because I was like, what movies would I actually want remade?
Well, first we've got to talk about the whole Scarface thing, the remake. I personally don't have a problem with it. I do love Scarface, more so as time has gone on. But people forget that Scarface itself, Brian De Palma's Scarface, is a remake of a movie that came out in 1932.
Was that an American movie? Or was that
American?
yeah?
By Howard Hawks. Scarface is a remake, even though the two films aren't that similar if you were to watch them back to back. They are.
Yeah, but
remake
it's not
of
a
that
literal remake, though, is it? It's
But neither will the one that's going to happen now.
a lot of the remakes that are happening now almost seem to be either make like scene for scene remake or diverge like so bizarrely. You kind of think, what relevance does this have to the source
But
material?
you could say the same thing about Robert De Palma's or Brian De Palma's.
Yeah,
sorry,
but was the original
Scarface?
called, okay? Was the original called Scarface?
Yes. And it was a completely, well, not completely. Still had the same
No.
theme of a gangster who rises up.
All right, let's put a rule of thumb in here. If you've made a film and there's been a world war, you're like allowed to remake it afterwards.
no,
Right?
no, that's too
Wait,
crazy.
what is it with? See, I know a couple of Reggie. You were in the boat of I don't like remakes.
No, I was on the boat of certain films shouldn't be touched. Back to the Future being the particular one. I think when something's being perfected, it's pointless trying to go back and redoing it, because where can you go when something's already been perfected?
Yeah,
now,
but-
Scarface is a good film, but it's more about the theme of a gangster rising up, the rise and fall, and you can apply that to a different group, a different, different background. It ain't gonna be from Colombia this time. It will be more for now, the contemporary time. And it could be someone from Mexico City. It could be completely.
I don't have any issues with films being remade, no matter what they are. We've got the original. We love the original. And you know what? If a remake has to come out, then that's fine with me because there's still the original. So what's the issue?
You fucked up, Mo.
No,
you fucked up because this would have been a perfect time for you to have said that you watched Let Me In, the follow-up to Let the Right One In, which we've been bugging you to watch.
That's not really a remake, though, is it? That's taking a foreign language movie and bringing it to Hollywood.
That's a remake.
They remade it in English.
It is a remake in a sense that they. I know what you're getting at, but I don't see those as remakes because.
That don't make no sense. It's a remake.
Because the audience that will see a foreign language movie is quite small, right? So to actually bring that film to the masses, you've got to convert it to English. There's like, no matter how many people will watch,
you're making
it's
your own
a
rules.
remake.
No.
Just say it. Just say you're wrong, Mo. It's alright to be wrong once in a while.
No.
It's a remake.
Those are two different things. You're remaking an iconic movie like Scarface.
Hypocrite.
Yeah?
Hypocrite.
But if you're remaking a foreign language movie, you're bringing it to the masses. Most people wouldn't go and see a foreign language movie.
With a remake of it in a
Some people
different
simply
language.
don't like reading subtitles.
Why did you look at me when you said
Wow,
that?
you
You
two
see
are
that?
just throwing daggers at each other.
I
What's going
didn't.
on? No,
I
I'm
was
saying this one was him at you.
complimenting
You called him fat. Now
I did not.
he called you illiterate.
I was trying to say that he actually doesn't look that fat on the screen.
Well, you're justified now because he just called you illiterate. So now you guys
No,
are
I
even.
didn't. Have you never asked a young lady to the movies and you talked about what movie you're going to watch? She's like, I don't want to read a film.
No, because I don't want to ask out idiot women like you do. EastEnders.
You don't find out they're idiots until after you've asked them
People
out.
in EastEnders aren't idiots. That's not nice. They could be listening to the show. They're not idiots. So it's still not.
Anyway.
It's a remake.
Yeah.
I've just seen one too many bad remakes.
But you just. But you just contradicted yourself.
No, I did not. I gave a
foreign
very
language
specific
is still a remake.
I gave a very specific reason why a foreign language movie should not count.
It still counts. No, that's
no.
It does count.
No. Because the
doesn't matter.
audience for
You're
a foreign
retelling
language
the story.
movie is very small.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
You still
okay, wait.
Like Salim, would you watch the original Swedish version of Let Me In?
He has.
I have seen it, by the way.
You have seen it.
Yeah, and I've seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the original.
There you
And
go.
I've seen the remakes.
They've
Which
got
are the
dubbed versions of
American
those.
So wait, okay, let's go back to the question.
But there is a thing there. Some people simply will not watch a movie unless it's like in English.
But that's not really the point. It's still fine to do that. So why? I don't know. I'm getting tied up in knots now. I don't even know where I'm
there's a
at.
very
This is-
specific
This
reason
seems
for
like
that.
a double bind. We're not going anywhere.
I guess
We
not.
need to
Okay.
answer the question.
Scarface. Should they or should they not retell it now with a different origin of? Basically, all it is the theme of rise and fall of a criminal figure. That's all. That's the theme of it.
See, sometimes I kind of get the feeling that they know they're going to make a shit film, so they need to get like a big name in there. And say,
Anton
let's
Fuqua.
make it. Doesn't matter who it is.
The director.
It does matter, man.
It doesn't mean
Come
it
on.
could still be a bad movie.
Of course it can, but it does matter.
But
who it
we
is.
put the word Scarface in there. We guarantee generate some buzz.
Would you like there to be a remake?
So you
No.
don't
Of
believe
Scarface? No.
No. What if?
But there are a small number of movies that I can consider.
We'll get to that. Do you think Scarface?
Yeah, why not?
It
Of
should
course. I want to see a remake of the film. I want to use my Cineworld card more.
Okay. Anything particular? Any angle particular you want them to take?
No, see,
What sort of criminal-
right, okay. I like the fact that it's in modern times, so I want to
Yeah.
see.
It's not like Scarface is like olden times.
No.
But it was very
yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
It was
It
very
has that 80s
80s.
feel.
The
so
80s was not like a decade that like we weren't born or alive.
No, but it's not. It was part of the style of it.
Yeah.
It's part of the music. Part of what makes Scarface distinct was that synthesized music, that theme that it has. So it's all part of the character of it. So yeah, doing it now will also.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
but-
The technology alone.
But would he be from Colombia, Cuba, wherever? No. What version would you want to see? Someone from?
Okay. I look. I don't mind where he's from. To be honest, doesn't bother me.
Does it have to be a he?
Could be a she. Ooh, that would be interesting. She version, like a Kill Bill sort of style. Not over the top, but that sort of girl. Actually, you know what? I take back what I said. Don't care where he's from.
Why not? Female, but not like a you know, like they got the sex trade. Let's break it down. What this movie could be from Russia, the sex trade. You got all these like hookers that come over from the shipping containers into a country. Maybe that's how she got into America. So she's a prostitute. She got no power. She gets raped. She gets abused. But she makes her way up. She kills the people that abuse her. She finally gets this little glimpse of power in her hands to start killing.
I hate
rides herself up to become this sort of queen pin
Mo
of the Russian mafia.
Mo just seems like the more you're telling this story, he's like, what the fuck?
I
still don't want to see this movie.
And then
so basically, you want to call it Scarface because you're.
She could be Scar because he's a hooker. The pimp could have put the blade down her throat.
So you're exploring the same themes. Let's call it Scarface.
Well, that's what the remakes are. It's only really about the theme.
You know what is interesting about that? As you were describing that, you were so getting into the pimp could like put the blade to her face, and you were smiling like something that you would do to her face and carve it in. And yes, you could be Scarface.
It has to be the Scarface part of this distinct thing of the character, because then you can't really call him Scarface.
Look, I think the more you tell that story...
Listen, I have to agree with our listener who wrote in and said, this is madness, this is a really bad idea.
Ooh. Okay,
in fact, think of remakes that have happened in the last sort of 10 odd years. Can you name one that actually stands out?
Girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
No, those aren't remakes.
It is a remake.
No. You know what, listeners, let the listeners
good.
decide. A movie that remakes a foreign language movie is
Nope.
not considered a remake in the same
Bloody
sense that like a movie like Scarface being
Magnificent
remade.
Seven Samurai remake.
Yeah, well, no, Magnificent Seven is a Hollywood film as well, though, wasn't it?
Huh? Seven Samurai. That's what I'm saying. They were from the same film. One was a remake of the other. Yes, that's because it was a different language and they switched cowboys. The cowboys from Samurai still remake.
RoboCop.
What?
Good.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what?
What?
Have you seen
No, I
RoboCop?
haven't, but that's why I was still going to say, what?
Yeah, exactly. RoboCop
Total
was
Recall.
No, that was bad. But RoboCop, I walked in and I didn't walk out by saying, what the hell was that? I thought, you know what? That was okay. I'm glad they did that.
Okay is the word. It was a flawed entertainment.
Judge Dredd.
Terrible movie.
No, it doesn't count. It wasn't a remake because the Stallone film wasn't the Judge Dredd that it started with. It was from the comic.
Right, okay.
So Dredd 3D was based on the comic, not
The Karate Kid.
Yeah, I hate that fucking film.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad film.
Hold on, there was two other elements to that question. What should be made?
Yes, and then are there any films that we consider that should be remade?
So what should be remade that I like?
Now I thought about this quite a lot, and I'm not anti-remake because I'm sure I've seen movies that have been remakes where I quite enjoyed it, or probably didn't even know there was an original. But there are 3 movies that I would love to see remade. Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3. Fucking remake those movies.
I have actually thought about that.
You know what?
But not as movies.
Get the original cast involved again.
No. I would like to see them done in an anime style. The first 3 episodes.
I'd like to see that too, but I would like to see them done as live action films again. And I was thinking about this the other day. Even get the original cast back. Let them shine. Give them their moment. No. Don't let them go down in Star Wars history as being like the unkept dirty secret that we just don't talk about.
No. I don't think you can do that.
Hey, look.
You want to get that original kid that played the young Anakin back.
Maybe mix up the story a little bit.
Is he fat now? He's like Mo, fat. Joking. Okay, go on. He's like, that's not nice, man. You're not really that fat in real life.
Dear God, what's going on here?
Okay. I can't think of anything.
See, if you're so pro remakes, you should be throwing out.
Enjoy? What film do you enjoy, or did you feel that was good but just didn't make good in its potential? That could be better redone.
But they keep remaking popular movies that were good.
It's one of those questions that you really need time to think about. But
is.
if you ask me next week, I would have an answer for you.
What did I... Oh. Game of Death. Bruce Lee's
one.
Yeah. I don't know how you would do it, who you'd get to play that character, but I feel like there's potential there for an awesome, just a full-on action, like raid level type of action, brutal, cool-ass movie.
Well, with a little bit more story to it, rather than just going, yeah, I can see that.
But take that sort of stylistic, the raid,
Raid
2
absolutely.
sort of skill of filmmaking to it.
I can see that. I like that.
Just straight up action, but it'd be cool. I reckon that could be done.
I would actually like to see the old. Actually, when we're talking about Hong Kong films, because now I'm thinking about Jackie Chan films, so I would like to see maybe a Police Story get remade, like a Hollywood version.
They're still knocking out sequels to that thing, aren't they?
They're not even sequels. They're like they stand. After 3, the first 3 were connected, but after that, there was New Police Story, which was separate.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were brilliant, so I would like to see those.
Then there was the next one.
Problem with that is there is like no one that could replace Jackie Chan in those movies.
Yeah, but you don't need to have the action in that way. Well, you can, of course, there is.
Well, that's what made those films so good. Though.
It is.
It was Jackie Chan. I mean, the actual plot of those movies is like quite generic. It's like what Jackie brought to that film.
Yeah, them stunts.
Yeah.
That shopping centre one at the end through down the pole. It's crazy. Yeah, what you'd like to see that as a Hollywood?
Yeah, I would like to
story
see
as a Hollywood.
Have you not learned what happens when Hollywood tries to do those sort of like Far Eastern movies?
Okay, go on.
Do you think The Matrix could or should ever be redone? Because don't forget, there's only really one. If you stop judging them as one movie from 1, 2, and 3, as individual movies, you can only really say that the first one was a success.
Isn't there been talks of them remaking or like?
It was more like spin-off stories in the world, but full-on remake. Do you think that could be done? I think there's potential there.
No. That first film is, again, it's an iconic movie.
But because of the shitstorm with the 2 and 3...
You don't have, like... Just imagine 2 and 3 don't exist.
But they do.
Although number 2 is not that bad a movie.
It ain't. There's some cool moments in it.
And it's got Monica Bellucci in that awesome dress.
Yes.
And that highway chase.
Yes.
I think right now, no. Maybe another 10, 15 years.
No, the answer to all of this is stop remaking movies and just make, like, original movies.
Oh, you crazy? You insane?
More Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Well, they told the whole story of the comic book, man.
No, I mean, like, more original movies.
But you can't really call that original, though, because it's based on a comic book.
It's based on a comic, and it also didn't do particularly well, because it was just too out there.
I love that film.
I love
that film. People don't like it. Something wrong with you. So
I like it. I like it too.
Alright, so on to the next. This is one of your ones, Mo. Kevin Smith, Supergirl.
Oh, yes. I thought I'd just mention this. That dude just seems to be living, like, the dream of, like, a little child. So
he's doing another Flash, and now he's doing Supergirl.
So he's actually been, I think this week they've been filming the Flash, because I've seen pictures of him, whether it's like on Twitter, of him like on the set directing. And then I was listening to his podcast last week, and he mentioned that he was doing Supergirl. And the way he did it was, I think, like, he actually mentioned on a previous podcast that he would love to go and direct a Supergirl episode.
That's how it...
And then they contacted him and said, would you like to direct a Supergirl episode?
That's what happened with the Flash. I think he brought someone on. Blanty, I think Greg Blanty or someone who's the producer, and interviewed them, and yeah, from there it just... The fuck? Maybe we need to plug ourselves more, man. We need to use this platform to get jobs. Come on, man. Anything you want, any opportunities you'd like to get? I would like to go on a date with Jennifer Lawrence. That would be a wonderful, wonderful thing.
What, in space?
I would like to star
McDonald's evil, yeah, I don't know.
in a hardcore porno movie.
But then we could arrange that.
Oh, yeah.
We could arrange that.
With
Henna.
What? I just saw the look in his eye there. Because I'll arrange. No, with women. I saw the look in his eye there.
To go with women? What sort of weird concept is that?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't. You said that, right?
What?
I didn't say we're women.
Yeah, in a porno movie with women. Because you go, I'll arrange that.
Yeah, I'll arrange
Oh,
that.
Jesus Christ.
Shut up! Why are you saying you two? You're the one who plays that game, circle wanking thing that you were talking about earlier on. You said a group of guys sitting around in a circle
You throw
and
me under
jerk
the
off.
bus like this.
But
we were
that's
having
what
a
you
conversation, and then it came up the urban myth of the whole circle jerk with a cracker, and the last person to come on the cracker has to eat it. I didn't invent that shit. That's something that's out there in the world. I never said I did it. I never said I watched anyone do it or watched any videos. It's something that everyone knows about.
It's
Except
okay.
for you.
It's okay.
Repressed,
if you have been a part
sheltered
of that
people.
circle. It doesn't matter. We don't judge you. We do not judge people
What's
on
the
this
other one?
podcast.
Is it like an
love how
Amsterdam Robo?
I love how you deflect these accusations of gayness on yourself by trying to throw me under
You're
the bus.
the one who said the crack jack.
What do you
circle
want
thing.
to promote to try and get free shit off a podcast?
Oh, what do I want to promote?
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh
because
cards.
Kevin Smith managed to get. Yeah, that would it. That would be it. A part in the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
No, yeah, I want more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Anyone got Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Send them my way because I need support.
Jesus Christ, grown ass man.
What do you mean? Like,
We're
so
in his
people
room.
can't
Just-
have hobbies?
Just so people
People
know,
can't have hobbies and
we're
play
in
games?
this grown man's room, and as a regular grown dude, he ain't got no posters on his wall except for one, and it ain't like an iconic movie. It's not like a Pulp Fiction poster or a
Supermodel.
Don't
or
say
Star
it,
Wars.
Eddie.
No,
If you say
it
it,
is what? What's that thing called? The blue-eyed, free-eyed. What's that?
fuck you!
The
Fuck you!
what's it
You're
called?
just
What's it
a
called?
stupid, horrible man
called?
into fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, what
handmade.
is that dragon
fucking
thing
The
called?
blue eyes white dragon.
Blue-eyed white
Yeah,
dragon.
see, clearly you
Wow.
don't enough.
So
No,
we-
don't know enough of this stuff, right? And you're
I
laughing
don't.
about it. You don't know. You know
And
what?
I'm
You know what?
proud
what-
to say I
Let me
don't.
tell you something. The game is too smart for you. You would not be able to understand it because you're stupid. That's why you laugh, all right? And that's why Mo giggles as well because you're stupid. You are both stupid. And let me just tell you guys listening, I am so looking forward to the release of the new Yu-Gi-Oh movie coming out next year. And everybody's got a copy of that. Send them my way.
Crickets.
Crickets.
Yes. So, yeah, Kevin Smith is directing the Supergirl episode.
Oh yeah, off of mentioning it on his podcast. That's crazy, man.
He could end up running things over there at some point. Like, just get so involved in it.
I hope not. Like, I do like Kevin Smith as a personality, man, but as a director, alright. I have to say, I'm not.
He's done
I haven't
some.
loved anything he's done for.
Recently,
Yes.
wait. I like Tusk. I like
Oh
Tusk.
yeah, you have. Yeah, you did say you enjoyed
Tusk,
that.
Tusk is actually weird, bizarre, and it makes you feel freaking messed up after watching that film. So I like that film. I think that all the way through, it's a good movie.
I'm trying to think back to even his old shit like Clerks and more
That's the
rats. Like,
golden age.
I enjoy. Like I did watch them, and I thought they were like entertaining films, but they haven't stuck with me. Not in a way like Tarantino films stuck with me. So
What,
he hasn't
Jason-
had. He's never had that impact on me. None of his
no.
films have. I've never been like, oh, that was an amazing movie. I got to watch it again.
When
Never
I
had
watched, I think the first of his films that I saw was Chasing Amy, and that completely just changed everything. I went and sought out all his other work.
that. What was about it that impressed you so much?
It was just the fact that it was like such a small, low-budget movie, but it had like such a great story, such like great actors all coming together with this fantastic script that just made me laugh so much.
You know,
All the one-liners.
You know that line there is like, I hope Kevin Smith is listening to the podcast so I can be a part of the Supergirl project.
He probably bloody would as well.
No. I want to be in Clerks 3.
He probably would.
Yeah, I think a Clerks
Oh,
movie needs an
he wouldn't
Asian
invite
person,
me.
right?
And then his whole story about like how he literally put himself into debt to like fund and make Clerks.
Yeah, that's admirable, but
Yeah.
I just don't get that. I just
Yeah,
I don't love
if I'm
anything
honest
he
with
made.
you, man, like it just didn't. It's never done anything for me either.
I feel like he's a given. I don't even want to fucking go anywhere near Yoga Hosers, man. That looks a bloody mess. I know it's not right to judge it based on the trailer, but it.
I will be looking forward to watching Yoga Hosers. I may well be bitterly disappointed afterwards, but I will watch it.
So, something that I guess will be more something that I'm excited for. I'm not sure how Silent feels about it. You're gonna be probably ambivalent to it, but
What?
Ghost in the Shell teasers that came out this week. No, you have no right to be excited. You haven't even seen Ghost in the Shell.
I have not. That is on my
you
list
have
of
no
things to watch.
understanding of the reference of it.
You know what, Mo? Please don't do that.
What?
That's the what? Why
No. What can I not say that I'm excited?
You raised your hands in joy. You must watch it before you raise your hands in joy.
But I'm in the anime run now of things.
Watch Ghost then.
I
you have
will.
to watch Arise first. The serialized versions of it. Because that takes place as an origin.
Yeah, but the movie came first, right?
The movie takes place in its own timeline. It doesn't really connect with the series that came after. So you don't really...
So you watch the movie
you want to watch
and then
it,
you watch the series after.
but it kind of jolts things a little. But Arise is the origin of it, so you really want to start with that. It's a good start.
So what are you saying, Eddie, about this?
How do you feel about that? You saw the teaser, right?
Yeah, I saw the teaser. I tweeted it on the anime podcast. Excuse me, not podcast. Yeah, on Anime Amateurs. Look, it's just a teaser.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really get to see much. You see, there's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, you see,
Right, you see the monks, they're stranded up the
visually,
wires up.
visually it looked nice.
And then you see the Oriental chick walking down with that really awesome design. And then you see our girl with the gun just moving forward.
And Major Kusanagi, I believe the character's called.
Yeah, it just, my tweet was, need to see more. You know, it wasn't enough for me. As it stands, I thought it was okay.
And they put dialogue as well with that one where she deals with the one android who's just sitting there. I thought visually it looked damn nice, and I've let go of the whole ethnic issue of it after the creator had a quote in saying that he didn't really envision the character having any real specific ethnicity, and he didn't have a problem with it being a white one because large part of that character, Major Kusanagi, is that her body is completely artificial. The only thing about her which is still her from birth is her brain. The rest of it is a cybernetic. So the body is really irrelevant to a degree. So it's interchangeable. So I'm able to kind of let go of that.
And what did you think of the remake?
The remake.
Well,
The teasers.
It's kind of a remake, isn't it?
No,
It's an adaptation, really.
Yeah,
That's the term.
Alright, okay. What did you think of it?
I am very super excited. I saw those at 7 in the morning, and I was kind of this just started the day off on a great start. Visually, it just looks fantastic. I really need to go and watch the original anime, but I am looking forward to that.
I would be interested to see what your thoughts on. It's an interesting watch, those shows. But let me know before you get into it. What the viewing order is. But it's I am curious about it. I'm more optimistic, and it's actually up there as one of my most anticipated films for next year, purely out of curiosity. So I'm just wondering where it's gonna go, man. But I'm worried. The director, he proved that visually he's a good visual.
Director.
He can weave on that canvas. If that makes sense. But he ain't really that good at telling a story because it's the dude, I believe, if I'm wrong, anyone correct me, it's the dude who did Snow White. Kristen Stewart's Snow White. Oh Lord, which was not a great narrative, even though visually it was it looked very
visually it looked good.
It was very cool visually, but story-wise it was flat as fuck.
Wait, what else has he done?
That was his first movie.
Oh no!
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No!
IMDb this somebody. Mo's
falling apart now. Mo's the sweat falling down inside of his cheek. Have you seen Snow White, Mo?
No.
I take it the reason why you didn't watch it is because
before we got to him.
Because you probably thought it was.
So it's Rupert Saunders is the director.
Sanders or something.
Sanders. How are we going to pronounce it?
That is definitely him from Snow White.
So let's see.
The one who cheated with Kristen Stewart, that guy.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So how do you destroy angels, black holes, Snow White and the Huntsman, greatness awaits, and then Ghost in the Shell?
Oh my lord.
Snow White was the first feature he did. Was there any? What are the other ones? Are they?
So Black Hole, 2010.
Did they say in short or actually a movie?
No, it just says Black Hole. So I'm assuming it's a movie.
They ain't got a poster. So yeah, that guy.
This sucks, man. This really
gets
sucks.
you worried, doesn't it? You just don't know where it can go.
Of course.
Kind of like that guy who did Tron Legacy. visually amazing, but his ability to tell a story, because he also did that Tom Cruise one, the space one, and there was the same problem. It's just this certain flatness in the way he tells a story, the way he weaves characters. It's just not style over substance. It's that Zack Snyder problem. It's that style over substance that some directors.
Well, before we start ripping this guy a new one, let's wait till we see a little bit more. Yeah, you know, you never know. There may have been problems on the set with Snow White. Maybe he didn't have enough control. Maybe things were done after in editing. Let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt.
That is
Snow White. Have you seen Snow White?
There is a reason I haven't seen Snow White.
But that's the thing. It's not, you know, the complete travesty. It's just flat.
Yeah. Have you seen the second one?
Kristen, I keep trying to watch it. I can't get past 15 minutes.
Stay away from it. It's awful.
I can't get past 15 minutes. This is like, yeah. So, Passengers trailer.
I thought it looked fantastic.
I thought it looked alright.
I so wish I was Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Alone in space with
the dream.
Jennifer Lawrence.
That is the dream. Until you walk in to the bathroom after you've taken a shit, and that'll just take all the magic away. But no, I think I'm in between the two of you in terms of. I thought it looked cool, but I'm not like that's amazing. Like I'm in between, and it worries me a little that this film's coming out this year, and this is the first trailer that they've only just started promoting it now. That's a bit late. Look out! It doesn't come out that far from when Fantastic Beasts comes out.
Yeah, you got Fantastic
and
Beasts.
Look how far away that trailer first drops.
Yeah.
This is only doing its promotion now.
Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Yep. I look.
Yeah, but you know, like you can start the hype about a movie too far in advance, and by the time the movie gets here, the hype train has died, the momentum has stopped.
These are two actors as their leads. I think they can carry. That hype can keep going for a while with those two.
There are two other movies coming out this last quarter that the hype, though that these two aren't into, the hype is just much bigger for. You got Doctor Strange, and you got Rogue One,
and there's three. You're forgetting Fantastic Beasts as well.
Like I said, two movies.
oh yeah, you never done the Potter train. You never gone on that.
Look, we've got. This isn't. I'm watching this trailer and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? It does. It looks incredibly good. It looks brilliant. But two people waking up, this ship is got to get to a certain planet within a certain time frame, and we're heading towards the sun, right?
They woke up too early.
Yeah, 9 years. 9 years.
90 years. Is it 9 years or 90 years?
I thought it was 9 years. I could be wrong. All right, whatever.
9 years, you're kind of like, okay, fuck it, it's 9 years. But I thought it was 90 years.
All right, okay.
Still significant either way.
No, if it's 90 years, you're going to be dead. You're not going to make that trip.
Then what about? All right,
like
no, wait. Mo's right. It's 90 years too early.
90 years too early, right? Yeah. Two people on the ship, got to save it. 10
years into their journey, I believe it is.
Right, got to save it. Just doesn't do anything for me.
Apparently, starts off fine. It's not really an issue. That's where the relationship stuff is. I guess that's going to be like the first third, maybe, of the movie. Just then, okay, we've woken up. We can't go back to sleep for whatever reason. Maybe it's the process of
building up the relationship between them.
Yeah, but then the ship seems to start going a bit haywire. You got Michael Sheen, I believe the actor is. I love it. He's in it. Anything he's in, I like. He's a great actor, man. He's an English actor. He was in Masters of Sex. Cool show that he's in. He overacted like a motherfucker in the Twilight films. But he was still entertaining. He was the big bad guy. That guy. And he was in
He was so over the top in that.
But he was still fun to watch. Like, I like him wherever he's in.
Yeah. So wait, he's the android, right? That's serving the
bar, yeah. But I guess he's going to represent the ship to a degree for certain.
He's like,
things. And once he starts hitting his head on the couch, it's like, okay.
So right, why were you in between this? Right, what was
because I thought it looked good, but it wasn't.
Same reason.
I need more. I need to know more of what this threat is for me to get excited for it.
Sorry, I forgot. There is a third movie, Arrival.
Oh yeah, that does.
And that just literally, I hadn't heard of that until the trailers dropped.
That did. I think that's going to be more for. That looks like it's more pushing for awards. Yeah. This seems to be more blockbustery.
It is, but it looks like it could be a good, enjoyable movie. Good production values. It's got like that whole there's two good-looking couple in space. Let them have a bit of romance. Then stuff goes wrong. Then like you kind of set the stakes, and then the ante, and then someone's going to have to give their life, and bam.
It's just just there.
Does this get you a bit more excited? For director of Imitation Game.
Yes.
Remember the Enigma Machine?
Yeah. So he's the same guy that he's directing this, right?
Yeah. Imitation Game is a good film. I liked it.
That was a very good film.
Yeah, it's a good film, but still, I'm at that point where I just can't see where this is going to go. That's going to get me like super excited.
I heard a lot of ravings about the script for this, so I'm optimistic. I'm not like pumped, but I'm optimistic that it's going to be a cool movie.
Yeah, Mo's super excited about it, right?
I wouldn't say super excited, but I watched the trailer and I thought that was a good trailer.
Right, on to the next. The big news! The only thing that matters. Transformers. Is it 5 or... I don't even know what number we're at. Is it 5 or 6?
I think it is 5.
5. Doesn't even matter. It could be 8. Doesn't really make a difference. They've added a new character.
Is it the dog?
Huh?
Is it the dog?
No, it ain't the loneliest dog in Britain. I don't know why it's called that. That's all I ever read online. The loneliest dog in Britain. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh my god.
But no, it's not the dog.
Okay.
It's Hitler. Hitler is now in Transformers 5. 4. 5. No, 5. Fuck it, it don't matter. 8. 10.
This seems like a film that as much as they could cram into it to make it crazy.
Isn't this the movie that's set in medieval
times? Yes, I'm thinking there must be some
time travel,
time skipping thing. Must be like a Highlander thing.
Is Hitler about to get medieval on someone's ass?
Oh Jesus, you have to go there, didn't you, man? Oh god. No.
So is this just a cameo? Is he a main character?
Don't know. I doubt it's going to be a main. If you want to hear it now.
Megatron asked him to sign like his autograph book.
So there's a lot of stuff when it comes down to the Second World War. There's a lot of documentaries where they talk about all these weird, bizarre machines that were created.
Their little experiments.
Yeah, right.
Could be.
And they also talk about when. They were basically taken over. There was this certain device which some people believe a lot of Nazis teleported in.
Oh, that's somewhere else.
Right, okay, but whatever it is, all these weird different machines that they would have created, I could see them as Transformers.
But no, I don't think they're trying to say the Nazis themselves are actually Transformers, but maybe they discovered a Transformer and tried to backwards engineer the technology, kind of like they were doing in the first Transformers film when they found
Megatron.
Yeah, I keep getting mixed up with Optimus. But yeah, so maybe they're trying to do that. And maybe that's where the footage of the Nazi UFOs and all that comes from. Them trying to backwards engineer Cybertronian technology.
This sounds like a mess to me. It really does.
It does.
If we've got a dog, we've got Hitler, we've got medieval people. Like what more? What more? We've got UFOs.
And we've got Cybertron.
Hot Rod.
Yeah, we've got Hot Rod and we've got Cybertron as well, the planet. So they're going to be on Cybertron at some point. But then also going to be in medieval.
It sounds like a bad dream.
He hasn't learned that less is more.
He just don't know what the fucking thing, man.
He's Michael Bay. He doesn't care.
So him, is he directing this?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Did he not hand this over to someone else?
Nah, man.
He was going to, but then he decided, fuck it, I'm going to do this until I die.
Surely, he can't, get out of his house because it's got so much money in there now from this ridiculous franchise.
God, if it wasn't for him doing this, I might have a little bit of interest thinking, okay, where could this go? But no. With Michael Bay at the helm, you know where it's going to go. You know what the tone is going to be. Slow motion.
So when did 4 come out? 4 came out 2014? Yeah, alright.
That was with the Dinobots, yeah?
The Dinobots, right. I promised myself.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
Age of
Dinobots.
Extinction. Yeah.
Dinobots, yeah, with the dinosaurs and all that, yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. So I promised myself that after I walked out that 2.5-hour movie, that I would never, ever go to watch another Transformers film in the cinema. unfortunately, when you told me about Hitler, I'm just intrigued. I mean, I'm
You
just
said the same thing about the medieval setting was going to get you back.
What is going on? And then the medieval settings. But I know there's going to be a big friggin' mess.
So hold on a minute. So medieval, Cybertron doesn't get you interested in wanting to go see Transformers.
No, he did say the same thing about the medieval thing as well.
But the mention that Hitler is in it, now you're intrigued.
I get where you're going with this. Yes,
I
your
like
hero
black
is
people.
finally.
I like people.
It's too late. Damage is done.
Wait.
We've seen your mask has slipped. Your Viva Vendetta mask of the smiley, happy, friendly guy has slipped, and we've seen the races below.
Guys, if you're listening to this, which you clearly are, alright, you're listening to it because of me. Right? Wow. And these two fuckers are just horrible people. They say some abusive stuff to me all the time, and now they're trying to say I'm a Nazi lover. No, I'm not, Mo. The reason why I want to see this is because I want to see Hitler getting his ass kicked by Optimus Prime.
I'd actually like to see Hitler transform.
Does your buddy,
Who?
true or false, have a SWAT sticker on his dashboard? True or false? Does he or does he not?
No, he fucking
yes, he does.
doesn't.
It's
You
a
see, you
SWAT
know what?
sticker
Today
on-
we have
Nope.
realised how stupid Eddie Saunders is. It's the symbol, the Hindu symbol of peace, and it's backwards, you div.
I know.
No, he didn't. He didn't know that.
It's a thing of keeping you safe.
Yeah,
I know.
that's where Hitler got it from, because he thought that was a symbol of power.
They rotate it.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, yeah. That symbol shows up. I don't want to go into history lesson, but it shows up all over the place in history. Even the Norse having it's the symbol of 4 as well. There's a circle of it.
Well, it's like a very... If you doodle on a piece of paper, you'll eventually get there.
Could you imagine some poor soul who wanted the symbol of peace and actually accidentally they got it the wrong way around and they put it on like their chest or something?
Oh, I've seen black people with swastikas.
What
tattooed on
the?
them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What, do they actually
Is
know?
that because they were branded with them?
Not all of them. Some of them probably idiots. But, man, I don't know. Yes, I don't know the fuck. Yo, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you watch it, Mom?
I did indeed.
What did you think of it? Out of 10. Oh, dude, you sound impressive.
I wasn't very impressed with it.
I
Maybe
liked
it's just
it.
the first episode.
I enjoyed myself with it, man. I was actually I want more.
I didn't. I was thinking like last season they started off like this grand epic arc about being on another planet, or one of the characters
No, that was
being
the
on another
season
planet.
before.
No, that was last season.
No, but they got her off of it.
Yeah, they got her off of it. But I'm saying that set like their grand plans there. This one kind of just seems so flat. Daisy's gone rogue. There's a new director. Everyone's in disarray, and it's kind of like
Problem is, ratings are slowly it's deteriorating. So they're kind of seeing this as a kind of a new reboot-ish type situation. So they're kind of starting again to a degree.
So what do they do in the very opening shot? They have someone putting their like a pair of knickers on, and it's kind of like this is the tone that they're setting.
Yeah. Well, it's later now. They've put it to into the graveyard shift of 10. It's not a very good slot apparently. But yeah, I ain't gonna moan about seeing what's her face.
Well, unfortunately,
go on the
like
show.
it's kind of like it's like the tone of the show has changed, and you're kind of like, is that the very first thing that they're trying to signal?
So you're saying you don't want to see Daisy getting changed into underwear? You're offended by
But you don't
such
even know it was
imagery.
her. It could be like a stunt double.
Nah.
Because you don't actually get to see her whole body, so it might not even be her.
Wait,
shatter my
I
dreams.
don't really get involved with your discussion about these
shatter my
TV shows.
dreams.
But why are we talking about people getting
Well,
in
that's-
their underwear?
he's-
Mo doesn't like it.
he's-
girls,
No,
girls,
I'm trying
not
to
guys,
say,
girls.
I'm saying they're trying to obviously change the tone of the show here, but I don't
I
think
liked
it's
it.
for the better.
Oh, I do. It needed a change, I reckon.
That whole stuff with Ghost Rider.
I like this goal. I was surprised. I was skeptical. I didn't think they were going to be able to pull him off. I was like, shit, yeah. I like this guy.
The effects were good, but again, it was just kind of like maybe like after a couple of episodes, once everyone comes in, the story starts building, I might get more enthusiastic for it. But as it is off the first episode, I was kind of like. But then I feel like this every season.
Yeah.
It takes a few episodes to get going.
So you don't like nude scenes in Ghost Rider?
Well, it wasn't really nude, but it's ABC, so they have to kind of skirt that line as fine as they can. But this Ghost Rider, just to break it down for you, Sal, because I know you don't watch it. and you may be new to this version of Ghost Rider. There's a new Ghost Rider in the comic books now.
Okay.
Doesn't have a bike. Has I think it's like a Dodge Charger. It's like a hot rod, American car, big engine. So instead of the motorbike with the flame wheels, this guy's car, the wheels are on flame and the flames come out of the engine. Cool imagery, but some people still, they want the bike, but it's pretty cool. This guy's a Latino, Mexican or some shit.
Okay.
And he's cool. Even the skull, it's a little more stylized, but it looked good. I was actually really impressed. I liked it.
And it's that same character from the comic books that they've translated into...
the new version of it's him.
Huh.
So it kind of gets around, even though Marvel have the rights to Ghost Rider, it kind of gets around maybe they don't want to use the Ghost Rider that most people know. So they're using this version of it instead. But I thought it looked good. I wouldn't mind if this became really popular and they made him his own little spin-offy thing. But I doubt it they will. But
I was going to say, the stuff that interested me most was the Simmons and that scientist guy with the robot.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the interesting stuff.
That's going to be interesting as well. He's got his own little Cylon type hot chick. I think she's going to be like some Terminator type character.
There's potential that something's going to go horribly, drastically wrong.
I like it because I like the fact that they've broken everybody off into their own little teams. And it feels more like S.H.I.E.L.D. as an organisation now. That was my biggest complaint with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from the beginning, is that it didn't feel like you saw S.H.I.E.L.D. in the movies and it was this big organisation, massive tech, thousands of people, and it just didn't feel like that because you only saw these 5 people on a plane and it just didn't feel connected. Now this group here feels more like S.H.I.E.L.D. We're seeing thousands of people, we're seeing different units.
But you were seeing that at the beginning.
You saw little glimpses of other people. It was always just those 5 on the ship. Or 5, I think I'm not even counting, but about 5. But yeah, now it feels more that structure's there. I'm actually happy. Hope it survives. Netflix, they want in the next couple of years 50% of their library to be original content. That's their own created. That's why they're churning out so much, because they don't want to rely on other studios, because I think that's the growing thing now, is all studios want to have their own streaming services.
They do, and I think they are very, very, very stupid for wanting that. Because
everyone's not going to have a fucking Sony prescription, Universal, Warner Brothers.
Well, it's not only just that, right? So you don't want to subscribe to Warner Brothers if you want to watch Harry Potter. You don't want to subscribe to Universal if you want to watch the monster movies.
Exactly.
You don't want to subscribe to Fox if you want to watch whatever it is.
Too much.
And all of these studios, they've got one thing in common. They're absolutely shit at giving the customer what they want. So even if they brought out these services, how quickly would it go out of the States and into the rest of the world?
Exactly.
How many subscriptions do you actually have when it comes down to music streaming subscriptions, Netflix, Crunchyroll, all of that?
I've got about 6, I think.
6. And
but all of that is probably about the same as what I was paying for cable. But I'm drowning in content.
Right, so how much do you pay roughly a month?
I have no idea. It's not that much.
Yeah,
well, I'll say that.
It was like Eddie's answer, like when you buy something.
Well, that's like what? $7.99 for Netflix. It's
so you're talking about 45, 50 quid,
$4.99
right?
for Crunchyroll. Yes. $4.99 for Funimation.
Recent ones as well.
Then it's £8. Sorry, it's £8 for 3 months of Now TV.
Yeah.
So that's like a really good deal.
With that? What's on there?
I like to watch Now TV, like the Sky Atlantic stuff.
Alright, okay, so what have you got, Ed?
Mine's simple, because I'm an avid
bootlegger. And £79 a year for Amazon Prime.
Jesus. I'm an avid bootlegger, so I kind of get most of my shit free, but I do have a Netflix account, because it's just convenient. That's $7.99. Music, I have Apple Music. I just love that.
Can I have the code for your Netflix account as well, because I don't have it?
No.
Please? No. Okay, so what else? So, like, you're spending about 30 quid a month.
No, it's like 20.
20 quid, okay.
Not even that.
20 quid a month, right?
Not even 20.
You know what?
20.
There's a tipping point here. There's going to get a point where people are just going to get sick and tired of just paying for all these sites. And it's slowly happening. Some people that you speak to, they're like, what the hell? What do we do in this situation?
I don't do Hulu. I don't do Amazon.
Well, Hulu's only restricted to the US, and this is going to be the problem, right? So Netflix is a bona fide global service, yeah? It basically operates in 190 countries. So the only countries they do not operate in is China and the countries that American companies are not allowed to do business in. So like you got like Syria, and I think it's like North Korea and one other one that I can't remember. Yeah. This is the global standard. You want your movie, put it on here. Obviously, they are worried that they've got so big that the movie studios are now going to stop playing ball with them, and they need content. And unfortunately for them, the revolution that they've started, they're changing the landscape, right? They're bringing out the House of Cards. They're bringing out the Orange is the New Black
and the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, and you're kind of looking at network TV, and you're kind of like, I used to follow maybe 10 shows a year from like NBC, ABC, CBS. I don't watch anything anymore.
That's not where the quality is. It's all online stuff. What's interesting though is, do you think Disney is setting things up because they've got their thing with Netflix, with the Marvel stuff, but Disney genuinely doesn't need anybody. They could just. I'm pretty sure they have their own channels already, but they could just start a new one up from scratch and have all of their shit just on their guaranteed success.
Not only do they have their own channels, they actually do have a streaming service called Disney Now, I think it's called.
But that's more like the full-on Disney, like the animation.
It's like their experiment, you know? Like,
but they could genuinely have their own channel with the Disney cartoons animation, with the Pixar stuff, with Marvel, with Lucas. They've got all the stuff. Yeah. Guaranteed they'd succeed.
No, but you would hope whoever is like looking at their business,
I reckon
they know like basically reach as many people as possible, not restrict it to like they're going to learn. Because I think they own CBS.
Yeah, they own a lot.
Yeah.
ABC.
ABC is what they own. Yeah, so they have their own channels and stuff.
They're going to do it. They will do it one day.
But then it's not even the movie studios. It's like in the States, it's like you want ABC subscribe to our All Access. Oh no, CBS subscribe to our All Access just for Star Trek.
I think all channels have that sort of shit though, but it will happen.
What's this thing that I've been hearing about that Netflix is being sued by? Is it Fox or someone? Have you heard about this?
No.
It's a big studio because they're saying that Netflix is stealing a lot of their heavy hitters, like their producers and stuff.
Oh, yes. Actually, that was... I haven't read the article, but there was something... Basically, they are...
I don't understand.
No. It's called poaching.
Yeah, that's normal. Tech guys have been doing it.
No, but it's in certain ways, it's illegal because you're poaching staff away.
Yeah, but people aren't happy working where they're working.
But their contracts. It's to do with their contracts.
If they're breaking the contract, I guess that's something else.
But right, look at this. Right, so if Netflix suddenly is taking all the talent and paying these silly prices, once they're the only game in town, and they stop paying those silly prices, and they just become like any other place, strive for creativity. It does become a bit of a problem. So they do need competition.
Yeah, it's like WWE when they killed off ECW and WCW. Once the competition's gone, PG era.
Although you say that, but still enough people are watching that.
I think they say 50%. I remember about 15 odd years ago when Sky said they want to start making a lot more of their own content. I was like, this is the end. And if you look at Sky 15 years ago compared to now, it's a completely different channel, and the content they make is absolute and utter tripe.
Yeah.
Whereas Netflix, on the other hand, the content they make themselves, the majority of it is extremely watchable.
Yeah, Sky have really not really kind of gotten the thing. Like, they partner up on a few things, but they're fully 100% that they own and create. Rubbish. Nothing significant.
Do you reckon there's got to be a time, right, where all these cable companies have just got to like close their doors, right?
When you think problem with a lot of those cable companies, they also the internet providers in the States. It's not so much a thing here anymore, but for over there, so they own the wire, the cable. So
they don't want to be the dumb player.
So they can't.
Right, okay.
You can't really get away from them either way. Finally.
Talk to me, Eddie.
The future is here.
Power laces have dropped in a month or so.
Have you seen yes, right, okay. Now, I'm fucking excited here because, and I tweeted that straight away.
Can't buy them.
Why? Why could you just let me live that?
They said
you could have told me that next week or the week after that.
Was it Nike Plus members? Is that what they said?
I have no idea.
Something like that. You have to be part of this Nike club.
Right. What do we need to do in order to be the Nike Club member?
Like that, I'm just getting a Chinese knockoffs when they come out.
Well, you already
The ones that may or may not burn your house down when you charge them up.
No, you just put them on and they'll just keep crushing your feet. Crunch.
Right, okay. I want to know more about this what you have to be, man, because I really want a pair of these.
Right. We'll find it out. But what do you think?
Nike Plus.
Those shoes look really cool.
Those shoes
They're
look...
pretty cool, pretty damn cool,
Yeah.
I would prefer them. I would still prefer a design of the Back to the Future one.
No. See,
Just for the nostalgia of that.
If you look at those shoes, they look old. Like
It's
they were designed
retro.
in the 80s
They're
because they
retro.
were designed in the 80s.
But it's retro. That's what's
Look,
cool. That's stylish.
I will say this. I would wear a pair of the Back to the Future ones
it's a
because
retro
they look
design.
badass.
But the ones that
That
they're
would
bringing
be
out,
more
nicer.
Yes, I feel the new ones look
You're
like...
making more of a statement with the Back to the Future design. People will look at those ones, Back to the Future, and recognize and be like, shit, yes.
See, there is that, right? So people will look at the Back to the Future, like the ones that come out, right? And they won't think much about it, like, because Eddie's got light trainers that light up, and nobody cares. All right. So with those ones, people are going to say the same thing. But if they're your Back to the Future ones, then people will take notice.
So do you actually wear like stuff where you want people to notice what you're
Well,
wearing?
when Eddie's walking down the street, everyone's like, "What are you doing, you idiot? Take them off. Grow up. Grow up.
This
Grow up, you stupid
man.
idiot." Right. Okay. But the Back to the Future ones definitely.
have you watched the actual marketing interview with Wired magazine where she goes, like some people can't tie their shoes. We'll come to I can understand there may be no. I can understand there may be like people who are like not able-bodied and who do find it physically
You're
difficult.
disabled. If you're disabled,
So wait,
fine. But if you're too retarded to actually tie your own shoelace, you don't deserve to wear shoes. Period.
But then I think she goes on to say, "We'll come to a world where you don't need to tie your shoelaces anymore."
That's the problem,
And I
man.
was
Laziness.
like, I can't wait.
Laziness.
Is there an app for those shoes?
That's it. People are so fat. That's what it's going to be. People are so fat they can't actually reach down to their feet, so they just have to.
What happens though if you go to the gym, right, and that's the day, like once you finished at the gym, the battery on the shoe's dead.
Or the
You're
battery,
away-
or it doesn't
yeah,
work,
yeah,
or it
yeah.
there's a malfunction.
You're away from home.
But it tells you it changes colour. So
Yeah, but
you're
let's
not
just
gonna-
say it's
it's
a
not like
How
you're not
many
going to know.
times have you run out of your phone battery?
Yeah,
When
but
you've
it's
been out.
very different. My phone doesn't glow red completely top to bottom when it's about to go off. These do. So you're not going. It's not like to be
Have
surprised.
you never had your phone saying you're 50% of battery and the next 10 minutes later it's like dead?
Wait, I want to understand that people that can't tie their shoelaces, what they do. Because I don't believe this. I don't
They wear
believe...
slip-ons.
No. I think like obviously I don't want to make light.
There's no
Obviously,
shoelaces on these. You just slip them in.
Yeah, but still, like,
I
what
think-
about shoes? and
I
stuff?
think he was mentioning like
shoes.
some people like who are disabled and stuff can't do it,
Right,
so
okay.
that's fair enough. So
Oh, is that what you think
I
she
think
meant?
that's what he was saying, but like just the way he said it, like there are some people who can't tie their shoelaces.
You gotta think about it. There's a lot of people that have like varicose vein. Like people that wear Crocs sometimes can't wear shoes because their feet are too fucked up. Broken. You know, there's a whole bunch of things, man. But back injuries, can't be now.
Now,
But
Here-
they were
Oh, actually, I'll tell you that when I do my back in, mate, tying my shoelaces is like painful.
here's the question now. What will you guys pay for
Hey,
those?
I knew you were gonna go for that. That's the issue.
Come on,
man.
come on. What will you pay?
They're gonna be
Guys, put it down in the comment section.
So-
What will you pay for those Nikes?
They're gonna be on eBay and Amazon within days, hours of when they do get officially
Well,
released.
see, this is
People
it,
are
right?
selling them.
Because they do this exclusive bullshit. They inflate the prices on eBay. Yeah? Just make it available to everyone.
Or wait for the Johnny Buff.
Or maybe this is like a limited release, and next year they'll have like a proper international release, flood the market with it, more variety, lots of more designs.
Because they tried to portray it as if you can actually train. I was actually skeptical of that. I felt like the whole thing was going to be too delicate to truly train, but they were trying to say that you can run, you can do all
Oh
this
no,
shit.
you have to. It's like a running shoe.
Yeah,
You
but it's
can't-
got a fucking like a little engine. Not the engine. What's
A little.
They've given it a name though, haven't they? I can't remember what it's called.
It. But it's like this thing. You think it'd just be a little, and it's on the outside. You think it'd be a bit vulnerable.
Do they call it the lace engine?
Something, something like that. Did you see the video of Cristiano Ronaldo trying his pair on? And he kind of puts his foot in and he reaches down to the time and they do it automatically, and he's all like, "Oh, it's amazing." Jeez, they do the nice. I would get them, but no money.
Go on. But how much would you? Okay,
like, I wouldn't pay ridiculous money on eBay.
£150.
If I was to go in a shop and it's 150, yeah,
I could.
It's something new. It's something like, do you know what I mean? It's different from
£200,
and they look quite nice.
£200 pushing it, right?
Pushing it. I'd have to design. I'd probably wait for a different design. Like, I don't hate the way they look, but it'd have to be something a little more my speed.
I think £200 will be the top uppermost. Like, I'd have to be thinking, right, I've done some overtime this month and I've got some extra money and I'll buy it. Otherwise, it's kind of like
yourself, innit?
Yeah.
You have to be your birthday. You have to be depressed.
Well, having said that, these trainers, I've had them for over 2 years so far, so maybe I'm overdue.
How do you do that? Like, I get through. Like, I wear heavy ass boots at work. I get through them in like 3 months.
Yeah, but I'd wear regular shoes to work, so like I only use these on a Saturday. Or a Sunday.
But you don't care how much you spend because
I
whenever
don't
we
spend
ask
anything.
you,
I don't spend anything. I take them from work.
oh wait, you take the boots, but you nick them from work.
Nick them?
What do you do?
Per se, I just acquire them from the shelf.
Wait, what? Wait.
Do you just have lots of right foot?
Wait a minute.
Traders.
Hold up. Did you hear what he just said? You take them off the shelf.
I acquire them from the shelf.
Wait, what do you mean you say acquire? So
you acquire. You say, those shoes look rather
do
nice. I would acquire those.
Do you stand?
So do you always just end up with the right foot?
Oh, what did you say?
Yeah.
Does they only ever have one shoe
No, it's
out?
not a shoe shop. It's a regular store where the boxes are there.
Do you
just take them.
stand there with the boxes and say, I acquire these?
Yeah.
And just take them.
Acquire trousers. I've got a whole bunch of them.
I didn't know you're a thief.
I'm not stealing.
Well.
They know. They get written off. But I tend to get stuff written off more
get
than...
written off? Or traders?
Because you go to the supervisor, tap them on the back, wink, hold them to give them the barcode, and they write it off for you.
Do you play?
That's what happens when you're nice to people, Solomon. People do things for you.
That's what happens when
Not
you
say that you wouldn't be surprised if they had AIDS.
When you play the circle jerking game.
Female, so that don't work. That don't work.
Okay.
Female.
Okay. Oh wait, it's a female. It's the supervisor.
Have you ever seen those porno movies where you've seen females?
That would be awesome.
That really would be your dream, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we
likes his mature women.
We could do a really cool porno movie about I acquire those shoes, and you go to the supervisor and you say to her, I want these shoes.
You have
and then
shitty sense of what's sexy.
There's something that happens in the box room.
How fucking boring is that? What? That's your idea of sexy.
Well, I'm just putting something together. I think it's pretty creative, to be honest.
Michelle, I would like some work boots. Can you help me out? Sure, Salem, come back.
Why is it me? You're the one who's acquiring
this is your fucking fantasy. You're the one who thinks this is a sexy scenario.
These traders, £200. But I guarantee you,
what would you pay for them? Sorry?
Right, wait, you would pay £200 for a pair of trainers.
If I was in the right
No. The true question is, now Solomon, answer me with the mark here, with the world listening. What's the most you've spent on Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Come on now.
Expensive Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Alright,
a single card in a pack.
Alright, I'll tell you, since I've been replaying Yu-Gi-Oh, how much I've spent. Yeah. I did the calculation just recently, and since I've been playing, I've spent £180.
In how what's the period?
This is...
It's like in a week.
No. So this is a period of... it's a couple of months.
What the fuck?
In 2 months?
It's a couple of months. It's about...
This isn't like
4 months?
4 months, you spent £180 on
Don't
You're a tight-fisted fucker.
He
you won't pay for anything.
He is. I'm not going to say what I call him.
What's the rationale? Because normally you're like, I don't want to buy it. I don't want to eat out because
I know
you
it's like
horrible to
he
me
doesn't
again.
like to drop people home because he doesn't want to spend the gas. But
You guys are horrible to me again. Why are you bullying me? Just because I spent £180 on something that I'm passionate about. Why you guys will spend £200 on trainers
Interesting
that you don't need to
Self-leasing trainers.
Because you're so
Exactly.
fucking lazy to
Tech.
do your
future.
No, it's because we're living in the future.
Exactly, not
Uplift the
rectangle.
tormentor.
Rectangle.
Uplift the tormentor. Was that what you were going to
Pieces of
say?
Cardboard, laminated
You're
cardboard.
stupid people because you don't understand how to play that game.
Wow.
All right, that's what it is.
Wow.
It's for intellectual, very smart, intelligent people. All right, you don't get it. You don't need to cuss other people about it.
Yo, it's for intellectual journey.
I will say this, right? I will say this: that since I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh, my reading has improved and my maths has improved. Yes,
And how are you gauging?
because of the life points. Because of the life points, you got to read the cards quite a lot.
No, but
Because
how
of
are you
detail.
gauging that it's improved? How do you know? What's the
Well, you
standard?
just-
Are you being tested?
Yeah.
Or
So-
is it just your way of denying or trying to convince yourself in your head that, okay, no, my £180
Yu-Gi-Oh!
misspelled
Yu-Gi-Oh's
because I feel as though I'm
cures
back counter.
dyslexia. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cures dyslexia. There you go.
Alright, we're gonna have some mini news, but fuck it, man. We got way too much shit going on, man. We've gone long enough, so just, where can they find you, Salem?
I
If
have
they
a
want to
question.
play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again.
I think we did all this at the beginning, didn't we?
We kind of did.
Yeah.
We don't need to do it again.
Yeah, I want to, before we sign out, I want to know something. So, when you saw Ghost in the Shell trailer, before we go, guys, you said, I woke up, and I was a bit kind of just the way you felt, and then you walked out of bed, you were refreshed after seeing that trailer, you were ready to go. So, did you jerk off? Like, whilst
Why
watching?
is
Whilst
everything
watching?
jerking off
I'm
a demon
asking.
with you?
You get me?
Yeah.
I'm not alone
Scarlett
now.
Johansson, I'm just asking you, did you jerk off while she was
No,
pointing the gun?
because
in straight.
Something else happened this week, right? And you know, like that famous couple, Brad and Angelina.
Yes.
Well, that fucking woman hasn't left me alone. She's texting me, phoning me. That thing you
You're
had
the
beeping in
reason.
the corner. Yeah.
You're the reason.
You're the reason why she left Brad Pitt. Or
Yes.
she didn't. Well, fucking heck, man. Okay, well, you're very abusive
Home
towards
wrecker.
kids, so she won't like you either.
Home
Because whenever
wrecker.
my nephews come over, you're really horrible to them. You're hitting them and stuff. For no reason. Yes, that's what he does, isn't he? He hits my nephews. He hits my nephews and nieces for no reason.
Disgraceful, disgusting.
Doesn't like to be around
So
kids.
you-
So
you-
Angelina Jolie won't like you. How can you say
You're
that
trying
she's
to
been on your
besmirch
case?
my name now so you can snatch her away.
Angelina Jolie.
We
I
got
like children.
Get the fuck out of it. I've been Ederice.
I'll be solemn.
I'm Mo.
And we've been talking at the movie, so yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.